Okay, here's some data on female heights and weights. Here's the heights for 30 to 39-year-old females. So there's their height in inches, and along the y-axis is the weight in pounds. Okay, and it looks fairly straight, but it does have a tendency to curve as well. It's hard to tell here. We look at the R value, looks great, looks fantastic, but we look at the residual plot, and you got your errors right here, and you've got your height right here, and what you see is definitely this pattern here. So I would not use the linear model here. Linear model is not appropriate here. We need to find something else. So let's look for some other spots here. Okay, so here's the next one I tried. What I tried is I kept the x's the same. So there's your height again. And then on the y-axis, instead of doing weight, I did the logarithm of weight. Okay? And it turns out I get an even better R value than before. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I still get this funny curved sort of pattern here in the residual plot. And that is still concerning me. It's a little bit better than the previous one, but it's not that great. I'm going to try a different model. I think I'm going to try, so I'm not even going to write if you wanted this model to use it, you would write it as the log of the predicted weight equals 0.0115 times the height plus 1.3814. That's a decimal here. 1.3814. That would be the model, but in the logarithm. But I wouldn't. I'm not very confident in that model. So we're going to try one more. I'm going to try another model and see if we can get a better one. Okay, so I'm trying another one, and I've tried a couple others in between. I tried taking the log of x and the log of y, and it wasn't any better than the other ones. In the residual plot, you saw basically the same pattern. And so one of the ones we haven't tried yet, and it works good with this data, it appears, is to do your x being height and your y here being actually 1 over the weight. So I did the reciprocal of weight. You could have written it as weight to the -1 as well. Would have been the same meaning as that, 1 over the weight. Okay, so I've got that going, and it makes a nice straight line, almost, and you see the correlation is really high. It's basically -1. And then we've got this pattern, and I mean, there's no pattern in the residual plot that I can see based on other ones I've seen. This is a really good representation of the for the model. So I'm going to write it in then. So really it's 1 over the predicted weight equals -0.123, say -0.2 times the height, and then I'm going to add 0.0203 to it. Okay, so if I do that, if I put the weight in, the predicted weight is going to equal to, and they want us to use I'm just going to write it in here. So when I do that, I get the reciprocal of the predicted weight is about 0.076. So if I want the weight, I'm just going to put this I'm just going to put this to the -1 power, which is the reciprocal. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to get the predicted weight. I'm just going to type it here on the calculator. I get 131.3 inches is what I'm predicting for a woman. The 64, sorry, this is pounds by the way. 64.5 inches. The prediction on our model is 131.3 pounds. And it's a pretty good model here, and this is okay as well. So I'm pretty happy with it.